Hello, everybody, and welcome to our last and our final character introduction for the upcoming Invisible Sun game, the Indigo Nexus. I am Mare. I use they, she pronouns, and I will be your game master. Hi. We'll introduce Ventris and their character before we get going, essentially.
Hello, guys. I am Ventris, she, they pronouns, and I will be playing Periwinkle Raldana, also known as Peri for shorts. And yeah, getting ready to have fun. Should I do the sentence?
You're technically not a Vizsla yet, so I'm going to say no.
That is okay. Okay, yes, she is not.
Yeah, you're still in shadow. So hey everybody, if you've been sticking around and watching these last several weeks, we have been doing character introductions for each player and their character leading up to the premiere of the Indigo Nexus. As of this recording, we do actually have a set date for the game, which is February 21st at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, and we're actually recording this on the same day that Adrian, Ian's character, aired on Twitch. So that means in 1 week, you will have the premiere. We figured out what session 1 is going to be, and wow, it's going to be fucking cool.
It's going to be hype. It's going to be so sick. It's going to be so cool.
So many amazing visuals that we already came up with. But are you ready to get started?
Oh, I've been so ready.
All right. Our first card pull of the game, because as everyone is aware by now, we start off with a card pull. On the Silver Sun, the sun of beginnings and creation, I have pulled the Dangerous Elixir. It is value of 1, notions, cats, clocks, and wind. Meanings: power, transformation, risk, consequences. Powerful magic comes in small, perhaps even innocuous forms. The Dangerous Elixir proves that to be true. It is powerful and transformative, but is it a boon or a bane? Are the potion's effects harmful or helpful? It's all about the risks you're willing to take and the consequences you're willing to face. Indigo magic is enhanced and gray magic is hindered. So, Ventris, how about you start off with telling us where Peri is currently? I'm imagining this is because if I remember correctly, you are a fashion design student.
Yes.
Where are you currently working on, essentially schoolwork?
I think there is probably an on-campus studio site that students are allowed to have access to work in.
Mm-hmm.
And Harry, it is probably a bit later into the evening because got a lot of work to still be done to get this exactly right for her for the upcoming grade that she's going to get. It's probably one of her final exams for the semester or something, and she has to make sure this piece is absolutely perfect. And she's hand stitching every single bead onto the bodice of the dress that she's working on.
And what does Peri look like?
Peri is about 5'9", so she's on the taller side, and very she really prides herself in having a specific, almost cottagecore fae type of look. So
Love
she
it.
likes really so she has an overall dress on with oh gosh, with a bell sleeved kind of off the shoulder blouse underneath it, and these knee high compression socks because she's spending a lot of time on her feet working on this thing, circling the body form as she works with stitches, gets the sizing, changes, adjusts, and moving around it constantly. And her footwear there always prioritizes comfort, so she's just wearing a pair of cute sneakers.
Amazing. There are several other fashion design students or people who are taking the equivalent of the level 100 class of home ec to learn how to sew and stuff for college credit. But
Mm-hmm.
most of the people there are also folks who are either in the specifically fashion design, but there's also a couple of folks who work in the costuming department for theater for like upcoming shows, because obviously you need costumes for shows and so on and so forth. And someone, I don't know if you're friends with her, but one of these costuming people who works in the theater, specifically backstage, like kind of like peeks her head out inside like the room and like sees that you're here before waving to you and yells out your name, Peri.
But she definitely like a meerkat peek up.
And you see a young woman by the name of Casey Wayland. She she's kind of very plain. She has very fair skin and mousy brown hair. And she's wearing glasses. She's shorter than you, probably like 5'4" ish. Little bit of curves on her, and she like bounds up to you. She's like, I've been looking for all over for you. I wanted to ask like I was gonna ask if you're taking commissions and stuff and everything. I know you're in finals week, and I do not expect it to be ready for the end of the year. It's like sorry.
Yeah, she like Perry has like puts like a one finger real quick, and like the needle she was holding, like she just puts it between her teeth so that way she has both hands, takes out her phone, starts typing, and then uh voice to text to voice app says, yeah, sure, as long as you're wow, suddenly my voice. There we go. So the voice to text app, and it's like, yeah, sure. I'm not gonna start it right away because finals week, everyone's crunching right now. But what did you have in mind? What were you thinking?
Okay. So I this is to be for next year. There's a fantasy masquerade that I really want to go to next year for one of my OCs. So yes, exactly. I really want it to be like gorgeous. I have like a full doc and everything. And everything, like if you wanted to do measurements today, but I think I have like my old measurements, but if you wanted to double check, that'd be whenever you want. But yeah, I'm thinking like next year I'm getting a head start. I just got really excited because they announced the date and the theme already, because obviously a lot of people who go are cosplayers. So yeah, it's like a starry night like space vibe. But I have ideas. Can I like email them to you?
And she's like, yeah, absolutely. Email me the ideas, email me the any info about your character too that you want me to know,
Mm-hmm.
like their interest, their style, their history, anything that you think could lend to really making the outfit seem like your characters.
Absolutely. Um, I will get you the bullet point version, and I will link the full one if you want to read it. um, and then when you look at it, just let me know like roughly how much it would be, because I'll start saving, obviously. And if you're okay with like a payment plan, perfect.
Absolutely. Whatever. We'll work out the details because we also got to go over materials and how much detail work you want done. So we'll talk about quotes a little later.
Absolutely.
Let me get the measurements maybe in a couple of days. Like,
Yeah.
are you free Sunday?
Yeah, I should be free Sunday. My last final is actually Friday, I think. So, as long as I'm not completely recovering from my hangover on Saturday, yes, I will be free Friday.
My Fast Friday is Thursday, and I wanted Friday off for similar recovery reasons.
um, I can't remember. Uh, I don't remember if I have your email or not. Can you just send it to me again, just in case?
And she just pulls it up on types it out on her phone, shares the screen.
Yeah, and then she types it into her phone. You get an email later that just like within like 1 minute that just says test. All right, perfect. Thank you so much. I have to go cram. This looks gorgeous. I hope you get an A plus. If you don't, your professor's a fool.
they'll have to deal with me crying in front of their face for about an hour.
Yeah, they just should just pass you.
Yeah,
Okay, I will
yeah.
see you later. Good luck on the rest of your finals, and bye.
Easy.
Yeah, in case he leaves, you have a commission. Like, tell me what you do for like the rest of the evening, what the rest of your day looks like, so on and so forth. How do your finals go?
So Peri, she was very glad when she got past the core requirement course part of college where you have to take like all the math and the science and the English,
Ew.
blah 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 blah. She hates studying. She's a very
Mood.
tactile. Like I gotta do. I like the classes where I do things, and
Same.
yes. So now that most of her classwork is mostly just like making design, like sketching designs and then bringing them to life, sewing materials and that. Now she's thriving. Now she's like a star student. A lot of her ideas are pretty like unique and inspired. She's very good at building around themes as and enhancing the models that she's given. If she's given
Amazing.
like a make a dress for this person with this theme. So her finals are spent agonizing because it has to be perfect.
Duh. Duh.
Yes, yes, she is like. I'm sure there's like a small club of them that are like a small collection of people in like similar majors and studies that are all just like where they're taking turns paying for coffee for each other, like those like cartons of coffee that you get from Dunkin', for example.
Yes.
Yeah, like they take turns like paying for coffee and snacks as they all like collaboratively just suffer together. And like, oh, I am out of need. I am out of safety pants. Can someone give me a safety pin? It's a lot of stress, but good, but fun community. So,
Amazing. So
yeah.
basically, what does this dress look like when you do finally finish it?
So it is going to be. Oh, I wasn't thinking about that. I wasn't thinking that. Oh god. Uh,
Sorry for throwing this on you.
I think it is sort of like a high-low dress. So the front is like cuts off like just above the knees, and the back has like a long train. And it's a long feathered dress with half black, half white feathers. And then on the bodice on the top, it's like an A-line dress, a strapless, with alternating with the black and white, but swapped it with bordered like beads and sequins, like all hand stitched on in like a ribbed pattern.
Beautiful. I just pulled the next card, and this has never happened to me before. So even I kind of wish this was like the actual like mechanical game right now, because there's two cards that if you pull them consecutively, like one after each other, should one turn the alchemist and dangerous elixir consecutively. This is called the ultimate transformation, and it suggests total and complete upheaval of the situation and possibly someone involved in it. This has never happened to me before, so I'm just like, what the fuck?
Bro, really? During just the build up sessions, not the actual
I know,
game?
right? Um, Sorry, don't mind me. But yeah, holy shit, that happened, and like, why couldn't this happen next week? And like, no, yeah,
Rather,
but
session one,
session.
yes.
Well, yeah, well, by the time people watch this, it will be next week.
That is true. I forgot.
But you have this beautiful A-line dress that has been painstakingly beaded. I don't think it's possible for Peri to fail. I'm gonna be honest. But how do you spend like the next couple days leading up to Saturday after your finals are over?
She definitely spends the first day just sleeping like a log. There
Mood.
is not a force in nature, short of maybe, perhaps, like the building falling down on top of her, that is urgent enough to make her want to get from this bed. Oh, actually, and peeing. The things that you
Food?
can't stop your body from doing. Food, pee, things like that.
Get it. I get it.
Yeah, so like Friday is mostly just resting. She's like got the bonnet on, doesn't want to, so she doesn't have to worry
Yes.
about her hair.
Yes, amazing.
Because those
Good.
space buns are a work of art, darn you.
You must protect them at all
Must
costs.
must be protected. She's the silk bonnet and silk pillowcases. She's got herself covered. uh, and that night she probably has like a bar or something that her classmate a few of her classmates were just like, we did it, we survived, we finished.
Huzzah!
Huzzah! Let's get shit faced. And Peri does go, and she
Get
does get shit faced, and it does involve dancing on the bar. At which point she gets kicked out for dancing on the bar, but it was worth it.
amazing. That is fucking beautiful. And then you recover from your hangover, essentially.
Yes, yes.
And partway through your recovery for your hangover on Saturday, you do get this email from Casey. She sent you basically, oddly enough, it's a PDF. And it just says, it's titled Reference Doc. But when you open it, it is not a Pinterest board. It is not pictures and size,
Right.
measurements.
Okay, yeah.
I was looking for the word measurements. Instead, it looks like it's a two-page letter, which is really weird. And it's called it's like a subtitle is called The Hendasa Leaflet. And do you read the whole thing? Do you read through it?
She's confused at first for a quick minute, but not for long. She just thinks, I guess she's just decided to send the whole doc and not make a bullet point. So like so she's gonna read it. She's gonna read it thinking that this is a character thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because she did ask for, like, give me everything about the character too, not just the dress look, so that way, to build off of that. But and she's as she reads those, she's like, this doesn't tell me anything about a character. What is I don't know what a Visley is. What game system is that from?
Etc. Yeah. Like, I don't,
Yeah.
as a GM, I'm like half tempted to read this out loud because I don't think I've ever read it out loud on stream before, but it's also 2 pages.
I think it's worth it. I think the audience can handle 2 little pages.
All right. The document is labeled Rescuing the Exiles with the subtitle A Hendasa Leaflet. Attention! If you are reading this, you are not where you belong. While it might seem like it is written in a language you normally read, it is not. It's been crafted by a spell that scribes words that can be read only by a Visley. That's right, my friend, a spell. You've been taught that things like spells are make-believe, things for children's stories or fantasy films. That's part of the lie where you live. It's a lot to take in, but you wouldn't be looking at this if you weren't ready for the truth. Or at least, a modicum of truth. Welcome to your first step into the real world. You're thinking that you should toss this in the trash, and then in a handwritten script next to it, or move to the trash bin. But you aren't going to. There's a dangling thread of curiosity that's keeping you from doing that. You think perhaps it's because that what you're reading is so absurd that you would have to find out what it says. But even that part is part of the lie. In reality, what you're feeling is the realization that every word you're reading is true. Back up to the first paragraph, you read the word Visley, and it stirred something in you, like a single spark that falls into dry kindling. It started something that won't go away. There is a smolder, a bit of smoke. You can see that. We're here to tell you that the fire can really start to burn and eventually blaze if you just listen and keep an open mind. Visley isn't just a magical password. It's what you are. Again, we know that because if you weren't, you couldn't read this. Try it out. Show this to someone else. They either can't read it, or perhaps they won't. They might pretend to, but nothing they'll see will make any sense to them. They'll dismiss it as nonsense and hand it back to you. And if this doesn't come to pass the way we describe, then they are a Visley too. They might not be ready for this step, however, and you should hold off on pursuing the matter further with them. But we'll want you to tell us about them once you've escaped Shadow. Vizsla are special people who can utilize various magical processes in ways that not everyone can. They can cast spells, use rituals, and understand words and magical texts like this one. And that's just for starters. But more important even than that, you have to recognize that the world you live in right now is a lie. It's not real. That's why we call it shadow, because it's the shadow of the real world, which we call the actuality. When you look up from this page and look around where you are now, nothing you see is real. The whole world and many of the people are all part of the massive deception of shadow, and it's come time for you to get out of there. It's not real. If it's not real, who is perpetuating the deception? That's a good question. We're not entirely sure what the answer is, but we're sure you're not ready for that complex discussion right now. How did you get there? That's an easier question. You chose to go there. You've been hiding from a terrible war here in the actuality. And congratulations, it worked. But the war is over now, and it is time for you to self-impose exiles to come home. We know. You're feeling a bit overwhelmed by this, and that's understandable. But you've got to come to grips with it, and quickly, because something is happening in the lie of shadow, and we think that you might be in danger. Further, the window of time that is now open for your escape won't remain open forever. The longer you wait, the more deception will draw you back into its welcoming embrace, and then it will be much harder, perhaps impossible, for you to try to escape again. Which means that it's time for you to escape right now, or at least very soon. We understand that you will want to wrap up your affairs and say your goodbyes. That's natural. It's also an utter waste of time. Your affairs, and those you are leaving behind, are not real. They are shadows played upon the wall, wholly without substance or meaning. The world you inhabit was a refuge, but now it is a prison. It is time to come home. You have read 7 instances of the word time now, which is a trigger for a spell we have placed in this document. 7 is the number of destruction, and we are utilizing that power to destroy the bonds that hold you in the grip of deception. Think back. Concentrate. From the very idea of home in its purest, most basic sense, you'll find it doesn't conjure the image of the house you live in or even the one where you, believe you, grew up. It's something else, something with a greater, deeper truth. It's difficult, we know. It won't happen the first time. But if you keep trying, you might succeed, because you've read the keyword 8 times now, and that's the number of new beginnings, and that's what we want from you, Vizsla, a new beginning. You're not a native of the world you currently inhabit. You had an entirely different life in the actuality, where the colors are brighter, the flavors more dramatic, and the world itself far, far more magical and meaningful. We shall state this once more. The world around you right now isn't real. The past you believe you had there isn't real. The family you have, the job you do, the house in which you live, none of these things are real. It's a trap of pure and utter deception, and we are trying to help you get free. We are the Handasa, and we are here to rescue you. Come home.
And Peri just kind of, once she finishes reading that email, she just kind of lets out like a long, low whistle and thinks to herself, wow, that is some in-depth world building. It's kind of a neat concept.
And but outside of the commission, what's going through your brain, your body, your heart, your mind as you read this and contemplate?
Yeah, I think thinking beyond the job in this weird roundabout way that Casey's going with the explaining the commission, she's thinking, wouldn't that be neat? A world where waking up from a dream to turn out that boring was the dream and magic is real. That would be really cool, actually.
Probably like 30 minutes after the email is sent, you get a text message from Casey. You had your numbers. It's not uncommon for the departments, especially the creative departments, to like at least have numbers or share phone numbers. And it just says, text me when you're ready to go home.
It's just like, But don't we need to do your I'm gonna go home for winter break, but I need to get your measurements before we go before we could start the commission.
You see the little three dots as
Uh-huh.
she's beginning to type again. We can still meet tomorrow and do the measurements.
Okay. Sounds good. Also, what was up with the document? Is that supposed to be the setting, the world building?
I'm not here to provide that answer for you, is the only response you get.
Question mark emoji? Big red question mark emoji?
And then she sends again. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll get coffee.
See you tomorrow. It's like, there's like, on the one hand, she's thinking, like, guess she's really in character. And then another hand, it's like, huh, but being from a world full of magic, huh? I guess I'd want to live in that. I guess I'd want to stay in that kind of mindset too.
Yeah. The rest of Saturday, leading up till tomorrow, let's just say she invited you over for like 10 a.m. to her apartment. Something like
Mm-hmm.
that. What's the rest of the day look like? Do you try to show anyone else this email, for example?
I think she has like couple of friends in like both the theater and other departments where that might also be going to this masquerade, and
Mm-hmm,
she
mm-hmm.
might show them the email and be like, hey, is this like the theme for that because Casey was telling me about an event next year, is this like a theme or something, do you think? And like does try to show them the email.
Yeah, whoever you do show the email to kind of like squints at it and is just like, that's like a blank document.
uh that must be phone glitch. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
And she's just gonna I think she would probably spend some time she would actually probably go back to the studio on campus where she spent so much time working and like kind of like sit with the dress and be like, what if making this wasn't real? What would what would I have been doing all of this for if it wasn't real? I can
Oof.
touch it, I can feel it, I can, but what doesn't make any sense. Uh, why couldn't anyone else read the document? Why was it? Because she definitely looked back at her phone and she saw that the note was still there
Oh,
when they
yeah,
said no, it's blank.
absolutely.
And so she's just like, this is some super elaborate prank. I don't know how I'll get her back.
So a lot of contemplating is what it sounds
Yeah, a
like.
lot of contemplating different things. And she'll probably just also call home to confirm with her mom that she's like, yeah, I'm gonna head out like Monday morning. I should be there by like what time she's coming home and
Mm-hmm.
talk about like
Mm-hmm.
what the plans for the holidays are. What grandma wanted to do this year in terms of the pies and stuff that she wants to bake for the holidays, and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
just kind of reaffirming that her family is still there, and that
They are,
she's like, yeah,
technically.
yeah, technically,
Technically.
it's like this is don't know what the game is yet, but I'm sure she'll tell me tomorrow.
Yeah. And for more or less, you have a pretty average Saturday. Otherwise, how you spend it is up to you. But if there's anyone else you show that document to, they either say they can't read it in terms of like, hey, is this like, I don't know, is this Spanish? Is this
This
Arabic?
is
Is this Arabic? I don't speak this language. Why did you just show me these pictures of like this garden or something? Like,
It's
it's something
something I
different
found
from everyone.
every time too. That's crazy. That's weird. She's like, okay, I'm being punked. I'm being gaslit.
And like these are like you've asked people like who shouldn't know each other too. Like, it's
Again,
wild.
this is some super elaborate prank. Hats off to Casey. Because honestly, this is epic levels of planning. But also, why would that be worth that much effort? It's the end game.
But yeah, the weekend passes, and eventually 10 a.m. on Sunday appears and arrives. She does have an off-campus apartment. It's not super far, so it is within walking distance if you wanted to walk.
Yep.
It is a very it's your typical college like off-campus house. She has like 3 roommates. But it looks like she's the only one home right now. A mismatching of miscellaneous furniture. The kitchen's a fucking mess, of course.
Of
Um,
course.
there are, alcohol bottles piled up in near the recycling. It's over full. um, and Casey she told you when you got here the door was open. Let yourself in.
And Peri does. She has like a little notebook. There's a measuring tape like over her shoulders, and like so she's ready to like, take the notes down of, and so she'll let herself in.
Yeah, and excuse me. And Casey like waves to you as you walk in. It looks like she was just like watching TV. Uh, you know, some Blown Away. She was watching Blown Away, the glass blowing reality TV show. So good in my opinion. It's great in my opinion. She was watching Blown Away, and she like waves to you, and she'll like put the volume to 0 but leaves it on, and she like just says, "Hey." I'm gonna be honest, I didn't think past this part. You got my letter?
Yeah. What did you have? Is there like a filter or something on that? Like, it takes a while for Perry to type it out because she keeps like going back trying to figure out like what she wants to ask. Like, was there a filter or something on it? Because people kept saying different things. One person said it was a picture. Someone asked if it was Russian. Someone else said someone said it was blank. Like, it's kind of weird. It's I don't like. How did you do that?
There's like a patient smile, I guess you can say, that comes to her face, and she kind of just like short hemming and hawing, and then she starts talking again. But as she's talking, she's also signing. So as she's talking, she's signing, but it's not ASL, but you understand it and can tell what she's saying both verbally and with her hands. No, that was that letter should be taken at face value for you. I could keep explaining, but I feel like the more I explain, I'm really only going to explain if you're up to hearing and listening what I have to say.
What are your hands? She signs back. What are your hands doing right now?
And then the question I have quickly before I answer this is, are you signing in ASL or ISL?
Let me flip a coin. Actually, I'm gonna roll a die because I have a die closer than I have a coin, obviously. Okay, YSL.
As you're signing back in ISL, there's like a small smile of just like, okay, we're getting somewhere. I'm signing in Indigo sign language, and it seems like you remember how to do it.
Like, Perry's like, what do you? Looks at her hands, realizes that the size she was like, wait, hold on, that because a muscle memory. It's
Muscle
weird having a
memory.
muscle memory kick in that you don't remember having in the
Yes,
first place.
absolutely.
So she's just kind of like looking at her hands, like, and then she goes, "I'm really go okay. I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna listen because either I really need you to explain before I think we or call an ambulance because I might be having a stroke. I don't know anymore."
I promise you're not having a stroke. Do you want to sit down and join me on the couch?
She sits down.
So, what that letter I sent you was essentially a invitation to come home. This world that you and I are living in, it doesn't exist. And the actual world is somewhere else.
Like outer space?
The best, it's not accurate, but it's probably closer to say alternate dimension.
Like parallel universes?
Yes. Yes, parallel universe is probably the closest terminology I can get to with the limited vocabulary I have here.
Okay, so like kind of like how in like the comic books there's like different versions of Earth or something?
Yeah, something like that. That's pretty close.
Oh, but it also said this one isn't real. How is this one not real if we're here and we're real?
It's just the nature of where you are. Like, I want to explain this to you. I promise I do. But it would make a lot more sense if we went back first and see if any of your memory returns before I try to explain something that might just come back naturally.
Okay, so how do we go? Okay, so like, how do we go back?
Well, normally, a lot of other folks cast a spell, and then she just like looks around and like rummages through her purse essentially, and pulls out what kind of looks like a weird Rubik's cube, but instead of colors, there are symbols on it with different colors associated with the symbols. And out of character,
Okay.
this is essentially a cube has 8 sides. Am I remembering that right? Well, no, 6. 6 sides.
D6.
6 sides.
D6.
Thank you. Has 6 sides. Actually, no, I lied. It has 8 sides. It's a D. It's like
A D8.
no. It's not a D8. It is a cube, but it has 8 sides.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, it's a cube, but it has 8 sides, and that's just throwing your brain out.
Ooh. Ooh. I I got a C in geometry, but I still think that cube's not right. I think there's something wrong with your block.
I will let you know that this is actually working wonderfully. I did a good job when I made this, but the geometry is wrong here.
I'm gonna stop looking at it now because it's kind of giving me a headache.
Okay, that's fair. That is absolutely fair. It can be very trippy if you're not used to it. But a lot of people use spells. I'm going to use this because I'm proud of it.
Okay. Cool. Awesome. Uh, uh, you know what? Just do what you're gonna do, and I will ask questions. I will withhold questions for as long as I can.
Okay, so you want to go now? We can't come back. I'm just letting you. I want to just like, this is like the save point before a boss battle.
Carrie's still kind of in a stage of disbelief about all of this.
Fair.
So she's kind of, yeah, so she's kind of like, yeah, sure, no big deal. Let's go. Let's do it.
Okay, she looks around and just kind of like scooches a little closer to you on the couch. I actually haven't used this with anyone else before. She'll like,
Should I like hold your hand or something?
I need my hands, and she like kind of like takes her arm and like threads it through your arm.
Okay.
And then she basically begins solving the Rubik's Cube. It seems
Peri does not look because
that
it trips her brain up.
absolutely fair. Yeah, it's kind of trippy and it's like very fast too because it's, you know how when you see people and watch people actually do Rubik's
Yeah,
Cubes,
like
they're so fucking fast.
professionally.
Like what? I think the world record is like less than 10 seconds or something like that.
Yeah, like it's crazy.
I don't get it. But she basically begins solving it at that speed. And then she slows down a little bit. She's just like, you might want to close your eyes just in case. It might be disorienting. Do you close your eyes?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to pull another card before I continue on. I pulled the tyrannical clock. You hear the Rubik's Cube continue, and then there's like a final decisive click as that last side falls into place. And you know how when you're on like a roller coaster or a ride and all of a sudden the ride drops and for a second your stomach is going into your throat?
Yes.
You feel that. And you feel like a quick press before your mind expands, and you do not feel the warm heat anymore of like a winter. I'm assuming this is winter break that you just finished that. And you don't feel the warm, like clearly the thermostat is like bumped up. But now you smell crispy autumn leaves and feel a cool breeze as you're not sitting on a questionable couch of where she got it.
You don't ask questions when you buy something from Facebook Marketplace, okay?
The tyrannical clock on the blue sun. It is a value of 6. Notions, cats, clocks, and wind. Oppression, time, countdown, schedule, and repetition. We live and die quite literally by time. It rules our actions, for we have no actions without it. We struggle to accomplish what we must by a certain time, or we face grim consequences. We eat, sleep, and even breathe measured by the moments of the clock. It is our master, it is our enemy. Invisible magic is enhanced. You're also no longer sitting. You are standing.
I think like around like the stomach drop is when like the feeling of the sensation of falling definitely gives her like a like a eyes pop. What?
And as your like eyes pop open, they probably should have stayed closed for like a split second longer, because your eyes opened after you left the living room, but before you fully arrived where you are now. So it's this weird bending and warping of something that just kind of like immediately like rushes to your eyes before like settling into somewhere else. And you find yourself in front of a very tall building, which has like the middle floors, like it is a tall building, but like it seems that they're like split in the middle, and in like where like floor 5 should be, there's nothing there. And you're on like, oh, just like seems like a busy street. But as you like before you get like a really good look around you, like Casey kind of like slips to the side so she blocks your view of like down the road and stuff. Hey, how you feeling? Doing okay? She says as she's like puts away her little cube and like signs at you.
Harry like puts up a.
She's
taking a deep breath, trying not to puke.
Yeah. Do you want me to get? I do have a brown bag if you need to puke. Do you want? Okay, and she hands it over to you. That's one of the downsides. Okay. Oh, hyperventilating. Yep, that works too. Okay, take your time. I'll give you as much time as you need. Oop. You all right, Ventris?
Yeah, no, sorry, that's Peri.
Oh, okay. I thought you were still like coughing. Peri. Oh. Yep. You can just put it right in that garbage can right there. And as you go over to like the garbage can, you know how some garbage cans, like especially at airports, just like kind of like open and you can put them in and stuff like that. That kind of does that, but like there is very decisively a tongue that you put it on before it closes it. Let's head inside. It'll be much more calm and less oddly stimulating, I think.
Trash can had a mouth.
I know. That's Jerry. He's really good. That's Jerry.
Hi, Jerry.
You get the distinct feeling of being like someone doing that with like, oh, sup?
Hurry, head back over to Casey and say, Pinky, promise you didn't just drug me.
Pinky, promise times a million I did not drug you. I would not do that without your consent.
Okay, not sure I believe you because this feels like the crazy. I've never had acid, but I imagine this is what being on acid is like.
Okay.
But you're also my friend, so I'm also believing you didn't drug me, even though it feels like I've been drugged.
I know. Let's go inside. We can get you some tea. I promise it's normal. Some less Jerry-induced hyperventilation. And she'll like kind of like gently like turn you towards this building and like begin walking inside, where it's kind of like really fucking normal. The walls are like a light calming blue. She's like waves to the receptionist, who you can't 100% place her appearance, but she looks very average and very normal. Whatever Peri thinks of is average and normal, that's what she sees.
Okay. So like just like secretary and like a nice blouse, hair done up nice and neat and tight, and like a bun or something.
Yep, exactly. And she'll like wave and begin walking you down the hallway, where she eventually brings you to like an elevator, and she brings you into like essentially was like a hospital room, but it's not a hospital.
I'm having a really hard time believing that you didn't drug me.
I promise. And then if you want to sit down, you don't have to sit on the bed. I'm going to sit on a chair. And she like plops herself down there. And basically there's like some orange juice. Like when you go to give blood, there's like some orange juice, some cookies and stuff like that. Help yourself if you want something. I know. And there's ginger ale too if you want to like maybe settle your stomach. So I know this is a lot to take in at once, but welcome to Indigo, which is not where we were. This place is real. I don't know if your memory is going to come back all at once in spurts, or if it'll take time, or if it'll come back at all, but this is where you were from.
Peri has taken like a can of ginger ale, and she's just she sat in a chair. She doesn't want to sit on the bed, so she sat on another chair. And she's just kind of like staring at the top of the can.
Yeah.
Just processing.
And Casey just waits.
Yeah, Peri, I think she sits there like in silence. Well, silence obviously, but like
right. Yeah.
Also not signing for like a full 5 minutes of her just holding this can and staring at it and hoping it'll give her the answer to the world right now.
If you want some hot food, or you can let me know when you're ready for hot food. Maybe if you think your stomach can handle it, I can also get us something.
She puts the can down. And then she goes, was the trash can alive or is Jerry alive or magic?
Yes.
Are we alive or magic?
Yes.
Why are we in a hospital?
It's actually an adjustment center. So when I'm actually part of a group that brings people back. as you have just experienced, it's not always it can be an overwhelming experience going from somewhere that's so mundane to somewhere that's not. So this is just an adjustment facility while people readjust to being here.
It sounds, Jay, it sounds a little too close for my comfort to an inpatient mental facility.
Yes, I promise though I'm not going to keep you here. If you do
Okay.
want to leave, but I would recommend you stay just to get your bearings, see if we do have resources here to help you.
Is my name my name?
You tell me. Is your name Periwinkle? Names can be changed at any point, so this is more of a you question than for me.
But I mean, like if I'm from he, is any what I, her hands are like she keeps starting and stopping, starting and stopping. She doesn't even know what to say yet. So she's like almost just trying to grasp, like trying to pull words from the air at this
if you
point.
if you want, I can do a search to see if Periwinkle was your name when you were here and see if you have any family or friends.
Oh my god, my family. Oh my god, my family. It's going tomorrow.
I regret to inform you that the likelihood of them actually being existing physical people is very low. I don't want to sugarcoat it because there's no kind way to sugarcoat it. Just don't hold out hope. I know it's a lot.
Uh, I guess we'll start with seeing if I was always Periwinkle then. Yeah, I'd like to know that.
Okay. I can definitely we can do some research. I can take a look, ask some inquiries and go from there. Did you want anything to eat that's not snacks? No? Okay. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I know. And she'll reach over and gently pat your knee.
So your job is to bring people from here that were on Earth back here.
Yes. So basically, a while back there was a war that happened, and a lot of Vizsla spellcasters exiled themselves over there to keep themselves safe. But the war's over now, and we're trying to bring people back because they don't always know that they don't know the war's over, and they don't always know that they're Vizsla. So myself and others, as part of the Hindasa, return people back home.
Why was there a war?
We don't talk about the war.
Why?
She just gives a very firm shake of her head. We do not talk about the war.
Okay, they don't talk about the war. Wait, did you ever have were let like me? Like, were you ever in the chair? Like someone had to get you, or
Oh, that's a good question. I didn't think that hard. I'm gonna say yes. She nods. I was in your shoes at some point. Yeah. It was a while ago, but I was.
how did you know that I was? real?
I'm still pretty new to this, so it did take some practice. But a lot of it is observing and sometimes a little bit of spell work. But it boils down to watching someone and seeing how the space moves around them. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Like, when people in shadow walk around, one of two things happen. Either they are like a fish swimming under the surface of a lake where you can see them, but the top doesn't move. But when a Visley moves through the lake, they cause ripples. I was looking out for ripples and followed them back to the epicenter, which in this case was you or other Visley I have found in the past.
Okay. Can I have a few minutes?
Yeah, of course. When do you want me to come back? 'Cause I'll need to come back at some point, but I can leave you alone for as long as you'd like.
I, let's say an hour.
Sure. She points off and where you see a door. That's a bathroom and shower if you want to take some time to maybe soak. And she points to like a chest of drawers. There's some spare clean clothes in there. They will fit you, I promise. But yeah, I'll come back in an hour. Do you want me to come back with food?
I don't know.
I'll come back with food, and if you don't eat it, someone will.
Cool.
And she like nods at you. If you need me, you can just knock on the door. There's people coming up and down. Someone will hear you. Just say you're looking for me, all right?
Okay.
Good luck.
Your name is actually Casey, right?
My name is actually Casey.
Okay.
My name is actually Casey Wayland.
Okay, Casey. Okay.
Right. I'll see you in an hour or so.
Uh-huh.
And she leaves.
Peri, for the sake of something to do, she once again takes up the can of ginger ale.
Yeah.
And, she just is like turning it over in her hand. So just, it also feels real. She feels like she's in a new place. Is there a window?
Yeah, there's a window.
Okay, she also like looks outside.
I'm debating whether this is going to be looking in towards a courtyard or out towards the street. Do you want to roll? Do you have your dice out?
Yeah.
Do you want me to roll? Do you want to roll a die for me and tell me if it's odds, which will be in towards a courtyard, or evens out towards the street?
Aye. That is even.
Okay, so you are on an outside window that looks off into the street. This street is the same one that you used to enter the building, and you see just a paved sidewalks lined with autumnal trees, so yellows and oranges and reds and browns, maybe like the smallest hint of green every once in a while, but obviously it's not the season you left. It was winter when you left Casey's apartment. And the longer, at first, like, things seem normal. This is a, like, early afternoon day with people just going back and forth doing errands. But the longer you look, especially since you're, like, a couple floors up, you realize things are a little weird. Yes, that is a carriage that is being drawn by nothing as it stops and someone enters in, like waves like for like a cab or a taxi, and they step in, and then it keeps going. That pothole was not there. It moved. It it was on one side of the street, and it has definitely moved again. You see a kid playing in some puddles, but when the water like splashes up, it ripples in a rainbow of colors before hitting the ground again, and it's just like it's regular like clear on the pavement.
She's kind of looking outside, still kind of like turning the can in her hands.
I'm gonna say though, it is like it's just a can that says ginger ale on it. There's no brand or anything else.
Yeah, yeah. And she's just like, even generic brands have names.
Right? Exactly.
And after a minute of kind of taking in all the little off, strange details of this world that is, it, it it's strange because it's not where Peri mentally thinks of as home. It's not.
Yep.
It's not. It's not what she's used to. It's not what she thinks of, and yet it's not. It doesn't feel as off as it should. It all feels kind of familiar. And so it's this weird sensation that she's going through right now of the place she's in feels different from what she knows, but not in a wrong way. In she's kind of processing the like her mind hasn't caught up, but like something in her is catching up, and it feels like no, yes, this is how it should be. This is supposed to be how things work. Things are working the way they're supposed to, but why don't I know that? Why doesn't it? Why does my head still question it? And she still hasn't like like nothing's come back about like her life yet, but something in her is already saying this is right, this is home. And so she kind of sits, eventually she lets herself sit on the bed, and she's still like she pauses and turning the can to like kind of check for her phone.
It's not there. You don't have it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The only thing you
And
find in your pocket is I may or cannot remember what it was. Your shadow memento, which I think was like a
yes,
little.
it was a mini loom set. And like when she reaches up into her hair to see if the needle for it is still there, it is as well. It's a
Yes.
little wooden travel loom set. And she didn't have a project going on it currently, but it's she's like it too feels right. And it's like the only link between something that has always belonged to her and always been with her. So she leaves sets the can down to hold on to that instead. It just starts trying to reconcile this feeling of correctness versus the thoughts of it being wrong. And she does like kind of like there's a while where she might start crying for a bit as she realizes the life she lived in shadow
Yeah.
wasn't real. The people she loved weren't real.
And
She's
that's
mourning it.
and that's like a very common reaction for a lot of people who come back to Indigo from Shadow, especially ones that had like a pleasant life. Because, as I've told and mentioned in a lot of previous Invisible Sun games, yeah, the world doesn't real. It doesn't actually exist, but it doesn't mean that the experiences that and memories that you had over there don't mean anything. They didn't not have an impact. And I think there's
And
a lot
now,
of
yeah,
and I'm glad you're realizing and mourning that because it's true.
like even just the dress that she was working on for a week, the dress she was working on for weeks,
Yeah.
uh, all of it, nothing, the plans that she was just talking about for the holidays, none of it was real, and it's never going to happen because it never was going to happen because while she was going to experience it, it never actually existed.
Exactly.
So she'll kind of like lay on the bed holding the loom kit and just trying to she's just kind of processing and like on and off like
And how does Casey find you in like the hour and 10 minutes after she get after like
yeah,
later?
probably still really puffy red eyes and like still laying on the bed because she definitely lost track of time.
Oh, absolutely. And like she walks in with basically a brown bag and a little like cart holder for drinks where you see like a couple like drinks on it, like at least one soda, maybe a Sprite, a water, and she places it down and you just smell burger and fries.
Grin that does get her to sit up at least. Yeah, she is actually kind of hungry. All she had before she got here was coffee. And
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, you know. So like
I
she like
brought food.
she kind of sits up, wipes the remaining tears off her face, and uh she does accept the bag, doesn't open it right away, and then she goes, "It's all real."
She nods. How you feeling?
Confused, cause I was looking at the street and everything it's not like it was in shadow, but it's not it's right. Everything's working the way it's supposed to. The things happening in the street are there's it's supposed to be there. That's how it's supposed to be, and I know that. But it's like my head's. It's like it's like the cube. It's like the weird. It's like your Rubik's cube thing. It's doing right, but it's hard. My brain, it's not keeping up. It's hard to look at and
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah. And it just takes time to get used to it. Either I don't know how your brain is going to react, how your memory is going to react. So you could start remembering things, you could not. It could come back in pieces or all at once or never.
Never would kind of suck.
She nods. It's it's not uncommon. What tends to happen is usually like a mix, but I've seen or I've heard tales, just other more um, experienced folks talk about how some people don't remember anything from here and only remember their shadow life. Sometimes vice versa. Like, we recently had someone come back. Like, Cicero was telling me that he knew everything about here except himself. Like, he knew all the knowledge and things that happen here. Like, the world itself wasn't weird, but he doesn't remember anything past that.
That's sad.
Yeah.
I hope I remember both.
I'm sure it'll come back. Don't lose out hope. That's why the adjustment center is here, to give people a little bit of time. If you want, we can like take a walk later.
Okay, sure. Did my name come up? Because I still think Periwinkle. My name is one of those things that falls into the feels correct and my brain it's like it's like kind of the only thing right now that my brain is like this my body feels correct, that's working as supposed to be when I hear my name, and also uh it's it doesn't feel like looking at a cube, looking at the weird cube.
I will be honest, I mostly focused on getting food and writing up my report. I haven't had a chance to go look yet for you.
Okay.
Sorry. I can definitely. I was gonna do that tomorrow, if you're okay with that.
Yeah.
Unless things start coming back earlier. So.
Okay. Okay. She just nods for a couple of times and then
Also, I'm sorry if that there are not a lot of fries. I was kind of accosted by a bird, like a weird raven on the way back on the way here, and I had to like sacrifice some of those fries.
Perry uh Perry does like crack a smile at that, and she like as she's digging through she opens up the bag and does see that like the fried carton isn't quite full.
Yeah.
And she's like never would steal mine all the time. Yeah.
And like there's like a quizzical look, and then she's just like, huh? That's progress. Who's never?
Who's oh, who's never? Oh, this is gonna suck.
But no, that's good. That's good. That's good.
Okay. I guess never is someone I give my fries to.
More like they took the fries from you, and you
Or
don't
maybe
hate
they
them.
took my fries. Yeah, and maybe I took my fries, and I like giving them my fries because I like to share with my friends, so it was fine. She starts chewing on her fry and just like tries to think really hard. Like there's just like her eyebrows are real scrunched with focus as she's eating French fries, hoping that French fries are the answer to memories.
Like when you get the that when you smell something that's associated with
Exactly.
a memory and stuff. Yeah, the Casey eats food with you, steals another ginger ale.
Yeah.
But yeah. I'm going to probably just come and go. But if you want to go take a walk today or tomorrow, maybe we can get some ice cream or something.
Ice cream would be nice.
Ice cream sounds great. And also, I think that if you wanted to go like see some music, there is going to be like a small little like pop-up at the park down the road. It'll be a little weird, but if you're up for it, we can totally go take a walk.
I mean, there's nothing. I've always liked weird. Weird has always been more fun.
All right. In that case, let's. Did you want to freshen up before we go?
Yeah, I have ugly crying face right now, so let me go up.
Yeah. And then she'll wait for you.
So yeah, Peri does go. We'll just skip her to the bathroom. I'll start rinsing off her face and splashing some water in her eyes to get the puffiness and redness to go down and you know, catch her breath. And she looks at she takes in herself, takes in her reflection. It's like at least it's still her. She still recognizes herself.
Despite
And
everything, it's still you. Really big
despite
undertale.
everything, it's still you. Yes,
big
thank you.
undertale moment.
That's yeah. That's what I was getting at.
Yeah.
And but she does notice like some in her hair these like bluish purple streaks that weren't there before, almost like hair dye, and it's like a cute little shade of periwinkle in her hair that she never were dyeing before. And she like notices them and kind of like plucks to make sure they're not like extensions or like braids, like braid inserts. She's just like, well, I guess I know where the name came from.
That's super cute. And
yes.
After you are done freshening up, taking some time to yourself, you are never rushed at all by Casey or anyone else who just like everyone's like at some point someone does take like your trash away. Just like the person at the front desk most average motherfucker you've ever seen.
They look exactly like a janitor should look.
Exactly. They do take away your trash, and eventually the two, Casey will escort you out the building, and you head like down the street to this park. And if it's okay, I'd like to have us take a quick break. And we'll be back in a couple minutes for the folks on the Twitch audience side.
Yes.
All right. Bye. Hey everybody, we are back from our little quick break. We last left off with Peri being escorted out of the Hendasa adjustment facility by the Grey Reaper agent and friend known as Casey Wayland. I think by the time that you both leave the facility, it's probably closer towards the part of the day where people would be leaving work. And as she said, there is a small little park around the corner. And it's like one of those parks where, you know how when there are sidewalks and streets that are arranged in such a way, there's like a triangle of just greenery.
Mm-hmm.
It's that small. It's very tiny. And you've noticed like really quickly, there aren't a lot of cars around here. Like there are things that drive. Like that carriage I said before, you see the occasional car. But no, there aren't that many automotive devices, essentially, that just move people around. And basically what's happening is you see like a lot of fold-up chairs. People are bringing out food for like picnics and stuff. But the little green part is actually like sectioned off with like, hey, don't go inside this part. And you see 4 very large flowers, I guess, blooming that have their roots in the ground, and they're kind of like talking to each other. So pitcher plants, they kind of have like the carnivorous pitcher plant. They kind of like they have like lids and stuff. Like you see these 4 large pitcher plants that have taken root in the ground, and they're kind of like talking to each other.
What do they say?
If you listen in, it sounds like they're going over what songs they're gonna sing.
That's the band!
It's the band!
This is the pop-up. It's the pop-up show because they just popped up out of the ground.
Yes. And like for a split second, Casey's not by your side, but she quickly reappears. Just like it kind of looks like a hot dog, but it's like a very dark gray and like kind of like sparkly speckles in it. I promise it's good. It's tasty. It's kind of like a hot dog, kind of not. If you don't want it, I'll eat it. Because I know you just had
she holds it in her teeth without taking a bite yet, so her hand is free to say, like, this looks like it's made out. This looks like it should be poisonous, and I can't wait to eat it. And then she holds the rest of the dog and takes a bite.
And what you taste is kind of like, it's almost as if you were biting. It was like eating diamonds, but it doesn't taste like a diamond. Instead, you feel bright and sparkly and exuberant. Right.
Star dog.
Before I forget, I'm going to pull the next card. I've pulled the Ambassador on the Indigo Sun. Value 8, Vision, Swans, Blades, and Water, Diplomacy, Reason, Discussion, Intelligence. She hails from a far-off land, carrying a message of unity and civility. The ambassador wishes to talk, not to fight. She knows that words and wisdom offer a path to success that violence never could. Her words are careful and measured, never rash or ill-considered. If only there were more such individuals to make the world a better place. The ambassador is the adept of the Visions family. Her magic and skill come from her ability to persuade, which again brings us to the idea that words are as magical as any spell or ritual, just another type of incantation. So, Casey looks at you as like, I don't have any chairs, unfortunately, so we can just stand or sit on the grass. It's up to you. I've never heard of them, but it seems like some other people have, and People seem excited.
Peri responds, they're plants that do music. I have no other reason than that to want to watch.
All right. And essentially, like, the next, like, 30 minutes are listening to this pop-up carnivorous plant a cappella quartet sing.
I love that.
I need to come up with a name for them because I love them too.
Oh my god. I'm bad at names. I'm sorry.
I'll come up with it later. I'll throw it to the group at some point and be like, "Hey, name these guys."
Name this a cappella quartet of pop-up plants.
Yes. And like at some point, they sing a variety of songs before being like, thank you for joining us. We will see you when we see you, whenever we next have the free time from all of our jobs.
What are your jobs?
And there's like applause from a bunch of people before they just kind of like pop back into the ground and disappear, and people start like packing up.
What if the band's name is Audrey 4?
Audrey what?
Audrey 4.
Oh my god.
It's Little House of Horrors Audrey 2.
Oh my god. Audrey's 1 to 4.
Audrey's 1 to 4.
Beautiful.
Sorry,
amazing.
That was my stupid little contribution. Peri is clapping vigorously. That was delightful. That was wonderful. That was so daring.
Oh, they were great.
They're so talented. Where are their I guess I'm not the one to be asking where things vocal cords are, huh?
That's okay. It's better to not ask how things work sometimes, because you're never gonna get a good answer.
Okay. I need a good answer to how magic works, because you said I'm magic, and now I want to know magic.
So, do you know what kind of magic you do? Okay. Do you need a crash course on what kind of magic there is on that people practice? All right. Do you want to just still chill here in the park for now? Okay. And then she'll take a seat. Like on just like the ground, basically. Now that the quartet is gone, like people have removed the little like border of don't go in here, so people actually can like sit on the grass. Okay, yeah. So there are 5 different types of Vizsla. I'm a maker. I make things that are magic.
Your cube.
Yeah, my cube. I made it. I'm very proud of that. There are Vances that are kind of like wizards. They're They
like with the beards and the hats and the robes.
No, not like that, but they do have a spell book, and they cast from it. I don't know. They describe it as putting the spell inside them and then releasing it when they cast it, which makes no fucking sense to me.
That feels like a euphemism.
Yeah, now that you mention it, you're not wrong. But anyway, then there's Goetics, which summon creatures. And they make, like, deals with them and stuff. And then there's weavers, which I don't know how they work, but apparently they weave concepts together to do magic. And then there are apostates, which say fuck you to the previous 4, and they do their own thing. Do any of those call to you?
Not yet.
That's okay. I'm sure, like, the fact that you had, like, something come out of your mouth that was obviously from here, like, in less than 2 hours is honestly a good sign. And I don't think it will take long for you to get and then, like, she's cut off, like, immediately as you hear the sound of somebody yelling your name in the distance, but it's getting much louder very quickly, and it's coming from above you. And you hear, Periwinkle!
What?
And like as you look up, Casey also is startled and looks up, and she's just like, is that the fucking Raven, and like all of a sudden, like you are dive bombed / tackled as this periwinkled colored feathered form just like runs into your chest. It does knock the wind out of you. Thankfully, their claws and beak do not puncture your skin.
Hey.
And you, as soon as like this little this bird of some sort makes contact with you, there's just something that clicks in your brain and just like attaches to this creature. Oh, Periwinkle, you're back. I've been missing you so much. I'm so glad you're safe. Who the hell is that? And she turns to Casey.
Aren't you so fucking stingy with your fries?
Oh,
Perry's like
fries. Thanks for dinner. But Periwinkle, oh.
It's like Perry
okay?
has a moment of what?
Are you okay?
Like when something snaps in her brain and she's just like, and she like she's like bouncing her head down and like nuzzles her cheek next,
and then like starts coming up onto your shoulder and like begins like preening your hair, and she's like, I missed you so much. Are you okay? Please tell me you're okay.
And she nods and like signs, I'm okay. And then she looks over at Casey and goes, Casey, this is Never.
Do you speak through Never or do you sign?
I think it both happens. So like
yeah.
out of Never comes, Casey, this is Never. And like both happens at the same time. And then Perry looks like,
I missed you.
You said what I said.
Yes. And then like Never looks back over at Casey, very like ruffling up her feathers, very smug. And Casey looks at Never and looks at you, and she's just like, well, this is great news. I'm glad you you were found by someone that you know. Excuse you, I am her best friend. I'm not just someone she knows.
Yes, best friend. Best friends forever.
And she nibbles your finger. When did you get back? How come you didn't come find me? Your brother has been worried sick about you.
My brother? She's like, my brother. She's like,
Did you forget about Aiden? He's gonna be very upset if you did.
Aiden. Oh my, Aiden! It's like she's a mental image. Oh my God, is he okay? Are you guys okay? I just got. Casey just brought me back from Shadow. I didn't remember. I barely remember anything.
Oh, it's not your fault. It's okay, sweetheart.
I said your name earlier, and I couldn't remember who you were because Casey mentioned a bird stole her fries, and I remember
that was me.
Yeah, you're not supposed to steal fries from people. Never, you gotta ask.
Fine, but they were delicious. I'll ask. Fine, but anyway, yes, Aiden's been worried about you. I can bring you home if you don't remember how to get there. I will be your eyes, your ears, your mouth, whatever you need from me.
Well, I've missed you, Never. It's so good to see you.
And Casey's just been like watching fondly and just like, she's happy for you. She's just letting you have your moment.
Okay. Yes. Okay. I guess going home is the logical next step. Wait, hold on. Do you need me to do anything or sign something, Casey? Or like, do I have to go back to the building or?
Not unless you want to. I'm cross-trained in the assessment field, so I can sign off on if I think you're like, as long as you're not a danger to yourself or other people, because there are people who come in with fists flying. I will tell you that. But you're not one of those, and it seems like you're in good hands. I have no issues signing off on it and letting you go home. So unless you want to come back and unless you want to come back for a bit, you're more than welcome to go.
Did you want to come over?
To your place?
Yeah. We're still friends, aren't we?
She pauses and she's just like, yeah, we are. So I'll just quote unquote clock out and I can come to your place after work. And then like, as soon as you suggest that, like Never's just like, Periwinkle, you just got back. Can't it wait till tomorrow? I have not seen you in so long.
Okay, you do make a point, and I should probably actually know what's in my own house before I have people over, huh?
And you just see Never nodding, the bird nod.
Okay. Okay, then maybe Casey, how about do you work tomorrow?
Yeah.
Until what time?
About now-ish. Probably like 4 or 5 o'clock. I'll be
Okay.
at least doing some paperwork and trying to figure out where I'm going next. I will be going back to Shadow probably next week. So you can find me at the adjustment center until then. And if I'm not in the adjustment center, just leave a message there and they can get it to me because I might be at the Gray Reaper facilities instead. But don't worry. Just leave a message. You're good.
Okay. I will try to find you tomorrow then for yes, because and maybe I'll remember more things and I
Yeah.
get to tell you what I remember.
It seems like you are doing great so far, and I have a feeling that by the time you get home, your memory will get jogged more by the familiar surroundings. So, I have high hopes.
Okay. Thanks for all of this, Casey. This was really weird.
It was, and it was a bit of a rough start to the day.
Yeah. But it's gonna get better.
I think she'll lean in. She's about to lean in for a hug, but then she sees Never.
I really did for a side hug, so like Never's on the opposite shoulder.
Absolutely fair. There's a little bit of ruffled feathers from the opposite side, and but yes.
And Peri like puts her hand like and scritches the top of Never's head, and it says, "Don't worry, you're still my favorite."
And then Casey will give you a hug and just be like, "I'll see you soon."
Yeah.
Toodaloo.
Later.
And Never will nestle really close to your face. I am not leaving you. Ever.
I'm sorry I left. I don't remember why I did it, but
I understand why you left. It was very dangerous here and the war was happening. Doesn't mean I was happy about it, but I'm glad you're safe and I'm glad you're safe.
I'm glad you're safe too.
As if they could harm me.
The mighty Nevermore could never be brought low so easily, I know.
Correct.
How long was I gone even?
The war made time really weird, so I'm not exactly sure how much time passed. But it was much more than I desired.
I think, yeah. I'm pretty sure an hour would have been much longer than you desired.
Correct.
Right, well, I'm back, and I don't plan on going anywhere anytime soon, especially not without you.
Good. So do you remember how to get home?
Not at all.
Okay, I will guide you. And then, unless you wanted to go see your brother first, or do you want to go home first? Or I can fly to his place and tell him after I get you home.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Because I'd feel bad leaving him out to hang out to dry, but I also kind of want to see my house.
So what I will do is I'll bring you home first, and then I will fly out, but he probably will come right by, just so you know. He's been very worried about you. We have been commiserating together.
Aw, I'm glad you guys kept each other company.
He makes, well, I wouldn't say good food, but it is edible.
Oh, so he's improved.
Yes, he has.
My brother was a terrible cook. Like, Peri says that, like, oh, he improved. He sucked at cooking.
I'll eat it at least now. I'll scavenge for it.
Okay, that is a market improvement then.
Yes. Okay.
All right, then please lead the way, my dear bird.
She will give verbal directions as of where you
Mm-hmm.
need to turn and such like that. It's probably like a 30-minute walk from the adjustment facility. Unfortunately, pretty far, at least for according to Never, who can fly.
My legs don't move as fast as your wings.
Yes, but she will direct you home. Do you want to describe your home to everybody?
Yeah.
I want to know how you locked the front fucking door.
It's concept of being because so Peri's house is like the ultimate pillow fort.
So
The
good.
walls seem like giant cushions and pillows. The roof is like a giant blanket and stuff with like an over like long a giant quilt with long sheets as an overhang on top of like the porch. And the front door is like more like parted curtains, but like they have to be like you have to kind of like slide your hand through the seam in a specific way to get it to unlock and
Oh, that's
open.
so cool.
Yes. When she gets to the door, Peri hesitates a moment, but puts her like muscle memory again, kind of kicks in and like on how to open the door and like lets herself in. And internally too, well, the layout is still despite the non-traditional exterior layout, the interior layout does still look like a normal like single story home, but all the floors, the walls, the furniture, all of it is still made of like soft materials that they're still the whole place is still structurally sound, but it all just feels like it's all very cozy and
I love it.
clothy. And Perry's like, my house is so fucking cool.
And Never will nuzzle your face before flying off.
Uh-huh. Perry's just kind of gonna get familiar with the place. Are there vacuums in this world?
Yeah.
Okay,
It might
it's like
not look like a vacuum, but
no,
yeah.
it is, but yeah, she finds so that's like gets to the dust off of the furniture that's accumulated and
Amazing. God, this would
relearn.
be a. If someone's allergic to dust, this would be their fucking nightmare.
Yes, it is because those. This is not a house that can be swept. This is a house that
No.
has to be vacuumed and I guess occasionally magically shampooed or something.
Beautiful. Amazing.
Someone comes over and there's just like suds all over the outside and inside of the house. I'm just like, sorry, it's still on the wash cycle.
I wish I could clip that right now. Hey, note to future mayor while you're watching this, clip that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like you hear the very, very muffled like pounding of footsteps on like the door the road outside while you are like vacuuming and like cleaning and folding like probably like at least a couple blankets that were still kind of like strewn everywhere.
Yeah.
And your brother bursts in with Never on his shoulder. What does your brother look like?
Aiden is tall, runs in the family.
Yes.
Aiden is actually definitely much taller than Perry at like 6'3", and
Hell yeah,
he
he's taller
has
than Kairos. Fuck yeah.
yes, tall has appeared.
Alpha tall.
That's all. Oh, I'm sorry, baby. I woke up my cat.
Oh, he probably wakes you up all the fucking time. It's payback.
Yes, he does. He's a little asshole like that. Anyway, uh, he has the mini twists that come down
Ooh.
like just below his ears. His complexion is a little darker than Perry's. Like his skin is a little darker than Perry's, only by like one or two shades. And his these bright it's like instead of like normal like brown or white, his eyes are like a silver color.
Ooh.
And yeah, pretty conventionally attractive guy, seems to be in his like 30s or so. Like mid to late 30s. And probably a little disheveled because just
So
like the
disheveled.
urge. Yeah, the urge is disheveled, sweaty, like
He definitely ran all the way here. His
yes.
shirt is only like partially tucked in, so like maybe like the front and the back, and then like everything else is just like everywhere. And then he like he busts into your place, and then he just, without even saying anything, he runs over to you and like sweeps you up as in his arms and like
Oh.
twirls you around and spins you, and he's just like, Periwinkle, Pear, when did you get back, Winks?
And she's just like fully into it, just like hands around his neck, slapping his shoulders happily, kicking the feet as she's being twirled because like one of the few people that can still do this to her.
Yeah.
and, and once she's finally freed and set down, she never she says, "Hey, I just a few hours ago, I didn't remember much of anything, and I probably wouldn't have even made it back home today if Never hadn't found me."
And he like takes your face in his hands and he's just like observing you and like, you're not hurt. Your memory is mostly intact. You're okay.
I I think so, and my cheeks are for squishing.
There will always be for squishing. Oh, Never, I'm so glad Never came back to immediately tell me you were home. Thank you, Never. And she's like, you are welcome.
You've you've earned this much courtesy.
Like this is she like whether you remember this or not, like she didn't hate your brother, but she definitely wasn't this friendly with him before TM.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Uh, she does like see the exchange. Is like, well, I'm glad you two have been getting along while I was gone.
As I said, we were commiserating together in your absence.
Thank you for making sure my brother didn't go crazy
Yes,
ever.
I made sure that he did not do anything rash. It was all me.
Oh, I I believe you. You have one of the best heads among us.
That is correct. And like her third eye does also, all three of her eyes do a slow little blink. Because I didn't actually describe it. I just said a very periwinkle colored mass, but for the audience at home, she looks like a regular raven, but like a very light shade of purple of periwinkle. And she's got like a little third vertical eye right here between her two other eyes.
Three-eyed bird.
Three-eyed bird.
Perry goes, well, yeah, maybe. So, you already came in. Sit down. Tell me what I've missed. What have you been up to?
Out of character question. Was Aiden gerent before you left?
Probably yes.
Okay, because I didn't think we discussed that. And he's just like,
No, we didn't.
That's okay. We're discussing it now. Yeah, your brother will plop down in one of the many comfortable places. You recognize that he plops down in his spot, like a specific part of the couch, and grabs his blanket as he throws it over his legs.
And she's like, so that's why I felt compelled to keep that one out.
And he'll look at you and like wait for you to like settle in or whatever you decide to do.
She does sit like right next to him, kind of leaning on him some because she's.
And he'll lean his head on yours.
Yeah, it's like I've missed. I didn't know I missed you until you got here, and also I'm still kind of adjusting, and
yes.
it's just really nice to be near people that are. It's nice to be near my actual family because I'm still kind of getting over the fact that the shadow family wasn't real.
And he'll pull you in closer. I'm going to pull the next card before I forget. So on the Grey Sun, I've pulled the Conspirator. Value 7, Secret Ravens, Books and Flame, Upheaval, Hidden Agendas, and Gossip. The Conspirator keeps to the shadows, whispering with others like her. How many conspirators are there? Who is involved? We never know. Those hushed whispers in the right or wrong ears can tear us all apart, bring us all crashing down. The Conspirator is the defender of secrets. She guards them and the family they represent. It is her role to know the secrets and spread them as needed, whispering to just the right people at the right time. Yeah, so you ask basically what you've missed. He gives you the short version, which is that the war happened and we won. Um, he will not continue to say anything past that, but then just goes into like miscellaneous gossip. Like he and his boyfriend broke up like several months ago. I my brain is not coming up with a name, but they were together for a while. It was mutual. They decided it was mutual. So no one's really heard about it. He's still working as the gerent of your neighborhood. So the gerent is essentially like mayor, law enforcer, et cetera, solves problems for this specific neighborhood, puts rules in place. And in comparison, at least for your opinion, he, at least from your viewpoint, he does a pretty good job. He's fair, he's kind, he's good, he does things what would be considered morally right.
Yes, he's always been that way, though. Very morally upstanding. It's like, yeah, you were always kind of built for that.
And he goes into like that. He says that he tried golf for a little bit. It did not catch.
Okay, Tiger.
And then there's like a little but there's people around town that are, spreading some, miscellaneous rumors about how I'm not really taking my job seriously. I'm ignoring them, but it's really annoying,
They're so stupid. You take your job so seriously that it's like, well, yeah, you take your job so seriously that it's kind of like you're married to it. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if you found if your job was a stick, it would be so far up your ass there wouldn't be room for anyone else.
Thanks.
She did pats his head. Love you.
I love you too. But yeah, mostly just trying to keep things running around here. Over the last like month or so, I've been trying to, put together some community service projects, things like that. Basically what it is.
You're good overall?
There is a slight hesitation before he just smiles and he's like, "Yeah, I'm pretty good. So much better now that you're back." And he like pulls you in closer again with one arm.
She lets it happen. She goes down and laughs a bit, and but does like stick in her head for a little bit, that hesitation, because it's like that's not like him.
No.
That felt like he was keeping something back there.
Like he can be a little awkward, but he's pretty.
God, could he be awkward?
But he's he's earnest. That's a good way to put it. He's very earnest.
He's like, and you tell me if something was wrong, right?
Yeah, of course. I promise. The biggest thing going on right now is those really annoying whispers and people spreading unbased rumors about me. Don't worry.
Okay, I will let it be for now, because I just got back and I don't want, and I assume that you have things handled if you say you have things handled.
I promise. Did you want to come over tomorrow for like lunch? I can order some food.
Yeah, we could do lunch. I actually don't remember what her title was, but the person that brought me back, my friend Casey, I was going to also meet up with her a little later after she got off of work to see if we could hang out. So lunch would be great.
Do you want anything specific?
Can we have... Peri's trying to think really hard to see if she remembers any of her favorite foods. She's like, actually, do you remember what my favorite foods were here? I kind of don't remember what food is like here. I had a weird gray hot dog that tasted like stars earlier, and that was pretty cool. But...
he will say your favorite food. I'm not going to put that in there. So whatever you...
Oh, we'll fill in the blank later.
Fill in the blank. He's like, yeah, I can get that for you. Absolutely. The Margie's Diner does make it pretty good. So
All right. So Margie's tomorrow at 12.
perfect. I will place the order, and we can come back to my place.
All right. Ah,
He'll kiss you
it's
on
really
the
great to see you
forehead.
again. Yeah, she's
I miss you.
just does give him a real tight hug.
Ugh.
Like even tighter than when he first got there. It's like, "Oh, I missed you too, big brother."
I will let you continue settling in and cleaning.
Yeah. I love the pillow fort vibes. I love the comfy, the cozy, the cool. It holds so much dust.
Yeah, that's the one problem. The biggest problem I have with your
And I've been
place.
gone so long and never does it have hands, so she can't use the vacuum.
Yeah, I don't have that. Sorry.
It's okay. I still love you, Never. You're still my favorite.
And yeah, your brother will do a light ruffle on your head, specifically avoiding the space buns.
The spuns are sacred.
And then he'll head out. As he leaves, I think you would notice this as you watch him leave the front door. He does not head off in the direction of home. You just innately know that. He went in the opposite direction.
She watches him go for a bit, and then shuts the flaps. I still can't get over the delightfulness that is this house.
It's so good.
Um, and she turns to Never and goes, "He's not crazy. He's off, right?"
He's very off. Like a couple months ago, he has been acting really weird. And like I don't know why. I don't know why. I tried being blunt with him and like, "Hey, what's up, bro?" Yes, I did say that.
I appreciate you trying to match his energy.
He's kind of a pushover usually, but
Yeah, he usually is.
he would not give. He continued to just like one say nothing was wrong, and then at some point just start ignoring me whenever I asked. So I kind of gave up. And I wasn't gonna hurt your brother.
Thank you for not hurting my brother.
Yes,
I love him very much.
I will only hurt him
Oh,
if he starts hurting you. So just letting you know.
okay, thank you. But I think I can handle my brother.
Yes, I know. But I had to handle him in your absence. So, but I tried, but I couldn't really get anything out of him. But he's been like that for a while. Like a couple months. Sometimes he just won't be home because I mostly was hanging out at his place.
And what about those rumors you were talking about? Did you hear any of them?
Yes, I did. They're mostly kind of just like disgruntled people that don't like authority.
Oh, I mean, so the usual kind of people that wouldn't like him.
Right, exactly. You know, high school bully like.
Yeah, like those little assholes that keep trying to knock. There are kids trying to knock down my house?
Yeah, I did my best to try and like keep them from doing that, but I am only one bird against like 5 gangly teenagers. It's still here.
It is still here, and you've done a fantastic job. The best I could ever ask for.
She preens.
Perry's like, I will worry about that later.
Surprisingly, though, the gangly teenagers that try to knock down your house are not the same people having disgruntlements.
That's good. At least the two aren't related. Maybe, or is that good? Because now I don't know what's up with him.
Yeah. I
Try again during lunch tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be okay.
Yeah. Probably nothing. He's probably just being weird about something or whatever new policies or whatever are coming up, trying to keep people safe and keep things in order.
Yeah, we'll see, I guess. But if you do
Yeah.
give me permission, I will absolutely peck his eyes out if you need me to get the information.
Keep that in mind. I don't think we're that far yet.
Okay, that's fair. I know it's a high escalation, but I can only do
Plus,
so
I just
much.
got back. That would be kind of mean if I let you peck out his eyes right after I got back.
True.
You gotta give it some time to build and let it, like, properly be let it reasonably get to that point.
Okay, yes. Absolutely. But in the meantime, if we're going to bed, we can cuddle. And you can read to me.
Of course.
Well, and reading to you basically is just like you reading the words as she reads along.
And she's okay. And she's like, oh my God. You don't remember the book, so I'm gonna get to experience them for the first time again.
Ooh. There is one good thing about that. Do you want me to grab your favorite?
Right. Sure.
And she'll like fly over to like your like a nearby bookshelf whenever you're ready to go read and bring over a book, and you can experience the first time ever again.
Yes. I guess amnesia does have its perks.
All right. Is there anything else you want to do or talk about before we go to lunch?
No, I think that's it.
All right. So I've pulled the hunter on the pale sun.
Oh boy.
Evaluate notions, cats, clocks, and win. Nature, death, conflict, survival, seeking a goal. The hunter is a lonely soul, pursuing prey with dogged tenacity. Their single-minded dedication is why they are successful in tracking, confronting, and killing their prey. The hunter knows better than anyone that it is kill or be killed in the harsh world we live in. In the city, we pretend civilization has lifted us above such things, but the hunter travels into the wilderness where no such delusions exist. But that's not to say that there aren't hunters in cities. On the contrary, there are hunters who prey upon people. Sometimes these hunters seek murder, but some hunt with other goals, just as dark. The hunter is the adept of notions. Her skills in the wilds and her knowledge of her prey and the best way to bring them down make her the match for any Vizsla. So you head to your brother's place, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it is essentially a average-sized flat apartment that is so mundane and so normal. I think the biggest thing that might be interesting about it is that the foundation is literally woven with roots. Like, plants have grown into the foundation, and if you ever tried to pull it down, you would be killing like all like the plants and the trees that have also made the foundation its home. And you would know as soon as you saw this that the basement kind of like grows a lot of really miscellaneous flowers and plants that grow specifically away from sunlight. He doesn't have a green thumb, but he does just leave them be. So it's kind of like a garden in his basement. But
Nice.
yes, it is a very average looking flat. And when you walk inside, it has gotten even more bachelor pad like, with a couple extra, like, some of the pieces of furniture have been, changed out, but still as mismatched as before. So for everybody at home, imagine just like your first apartment out of college, your first place where you take whatever you can get because it's cheap or free. So Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, free off the street, from friends, IKEA. And that is this man's home.
Once Peri is let inside and gives the quick hug and looks around. There's a long, loud sigh of just.
I make yourself at home as always. I am in the middle of a call, and like he doesn't like do this because phones do exist, but he's not using a phone. You know that he has like it's kind of like the equivalent of a sending stone to talk to people. I'm in the middle of a call right now, but I will be out as soon as I can. Okay. Help yourself. I already got the food. And he'll like run back to his office.
Okay, she'll start unpacking some, opening up the food, looking around, and she says to Never, he really still hasn't gotten proper furniture sets.
No, and I can't, I don't worry. I make fun of him every time I saw him, and I told him that you would be disappointed at him if you when you
Uh,
got back, that if your furniture like wasn't at least more cohesive or newer, you were going to be disappointed in him and probably also ridicule him mercilessly.
he's never going to be able to get married if he doesn't at least dress his apartment like a grown man.
I know, right? I think what just needs to happen is he needs to get rid of this place and just move in with a partner.
You know, starting fresh and like having someone else that maybe actually cares. God, God, please let him get with someone that actually cares. I don't think I could handle it if they both just didn't care and did the same thing again.
I know. Unfortunately, you can't change your brother. You could try, but I
No.
think in this case you won't be able to succeed. I
Oh.
know, I know. She'll preen you. She'll like just clean your like begin like preening your hair.
Yeah, yeah. She's allowed to touch the space buttons.
She is.
Because she just tries to, keep them neat.
Fluffs them
Uh,
up a little bit.
yes. And Aaron just kind of sighs, and then like in the moment of curiosity, she will kind of just like shuffle over to the door that Aiden went into.
You want to eavesdrop?
I want to eavesdrop.
You want to eavesdrop? Okay. So I have like a vague idea. I'm gonna pull one more card to see if it changes that idea. 1 second. I've pulled, where is it? The Looming Shade. Mysteries, rats, mirrors, and stone. Terror, doom, impending danger, unseen threats. Ghosts and spirits lurk everywhere. Most never interact with mortals. Some shades, however, prey upon mortals, looking to feast upon their fear, their flesh or their very souls. The looming shade is almost certainly a danger. It is terrifying, but it's not just idle fear. The threat is real. The best possible outcome you can hope for is that it's not a horror that appears now, but is yet to come. So perhaps you can prepare for it. But readying for the unseen is always difficult. Even forewarned, how do you expect the unexpected? So on the other side of the door, you can hear your brother quietly pacing back and forth with his shoes, just doing a light thud on the floor as you hear him walk back and forth. This is not uncommon. He often paces when he's like on calls or trying to figure out something, often like talking through the thought process. At this point, he is just talking like on his little magical stone that he uses to correspond with a variety of people. He does not own a phone. Ghosts are literally in the wires, and that's just too much of a headache. So he decides to go with magical means. And you hear him on the other side, kind of like a little harsh. Like you've never really heard him often be harsh. Usually it's for like a good reason, like you did something really brash as a kid and you had to be reprimanded for it. But this is new. You have not heard this in a while, and he's just like, listen, I cannot give you what you are asking for. Honestly, the terms are ridiculous, and you need to come back to the table with something else because that is not within my power to give you. There is a pause. No. No, you're not even listening to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hang up, and nope, stop yelling at me. Seriously? No, just because you yell at me does not mean I'm just going to immediately give in. You call me back when you have had time to digest what I have told you, the reasons why I have told you I cannot do that, and then we can continue talking again. There's a long pause. If you do that, if you hurt them, the deal's off. And then you hear the slight click of, like, as you're walking away, you hear the sound of the stone just like hitting the desk.
Peri quickly and quietly tries to get back to the table, just like, naturally put out food and stuff and start plating for both of them because upon seeing the food, and I think that her meal of choice is uh, this like a crusted fish similar to a salmon
Oh my
with
god.
some sautéed vegetables and
I don't know why
and a mashed
fried okra
potatoes.
came to my brain.
Fried okra. That would be great. Yes, with fried okra and a baked potato.
Ooh, so good.
Yes, and half a baked potato because that is a lot of food.
Yeah.
And so,
Leftovers, duh.
no, you're right, so right. And she's like upon seeing the food, she's like, oh,
Fuck yeah.
yes,
Of course, she
this
put
is
out a little
it.
plate for Never too.
Of course, Never has to have her share. Of
She
course,
has her own plate.
God, Perry upon realizing like he's like, you have a plate.
Yeah, of course I do.
We got you a plate here.
He did. I was quite surprised. I did thank him.
Aw, that's so sweet.
And like a couple minutes later, your brother comes back out and he's just like, so sorry for the delay. I had to finish up that phone call for work. And I see you've already dug in. Thank you for dishing it out. And he'll plop down and grab his own dish.
Yeah, of course. I haven't had this for.
I feel like as you're talking though, it is coming in through mouthfuls through Never's Never's mouth.
Like never. It could be because Never's also eating. It could be because Never kind of imitates in the way that Perry how it would sound if Perry was speaking.
It's both.
And Perry's face is also full, so it's both. And so it's just like.
Maybe both of you maybe swallow first before you begin talking.
Forgot how good that is.
But yeah, no, thanks for. How'd you settle in? How was your first day back at home?
It was pretty cool. It felt right, so that was good at least.
Good.
What was also weird, there was this one room in the house that also was like constantly blasting music.
Ooh.
And I don't know where the music came from, but it was like songs I like.
That's good.
So I kind of vibe with it.
Okay. Have you made contact with your Weaver cell yet?
I what?
Oh. Remade Memories, I think is your cell was called. The Visley, the Weavers, your friends. A couple of them did come by every once in a while asking if you were back yet, but I told them no. And he like stops and lets you think.
Her eyes are closed and she's like thinking and like in retrospect, the name of that cell is very ironic now.
Oh my god.
And her eyes she goes, bye.
You'd cut out. What did you say?
My god.
That's a good oh my god? You figured it out?
Yeah. Oh. I was in so many commissions. They checked on me.
They did. Don't worry. They did.
Oh, I didn't remember. Oh gosh, Casey was asking me about if I remembered what kind of magic I did, and that hadn't come back to me yet. And I figured it would eventually, and so I didn't really think to ask about it this morning. And oh my god, I'm a weaver.
You are. Well, you got there eventually. And he's just like smiling at you fondly.
Peri is delighted with herself. She's just like, I get it. I remember it. Oh, I don't remember any magic yet, but I will. I know I will.
They will. I'm sure that your cell will help you.
Yes. Wait, are you a Visley too? I don't remember.
I am, but I'm not part of any of the orders.
Oh, so you're Casey told me fuck, I forgot it.
Apostate.
Prostate. Yeah, that one.
Yes, I am an apostate.
Okay, cool. That's easy. It's easier to be objectively just when you're not tied to things.
Yeah, that's one reason why I decided to go solo.
So what was that phone call about anyway? A little loud there.
He raises his eyebrow. Were you eavesdropping on me again? Don't lie to me.
Not real. I just lit. I feared the food was gonna get cold, so I wanted to see if you were almost done.
It was work stuff. Don't worry about it.
Okay, but you were kind of weird last night too.
No.
Yeah, and you're doing it
No.
again right now.
No.
Yeah, when your voice is going higher.
If you keep arguing with me, I'm gonna rub your space buns.
Oh, you wouldn't dare. If you touch my space buttons, I'll let Never go crazy. She'll bite for my honor.
He takes like a clean knife and begins to like slowly like put it towards
She carries it with a fork.
I promise it was fine. It's just some work I'm doing. We're doing okay. There are some businesses that want to like, put up a statue for some, folks who were very popular during the war, and I don't have the budget for it. So I'm basically arguing with those people that they're going to have to fundraise a way to do it. And like, as you're like, Peri, as he's doing this, like, he's like looking back at his office every little bit. This motherfucker's lying through his teeth at you.
Oh yeah, he's always been a shit liar.
Yeah. Like the lie, it's coming out smooth because I guess I'm good at that. But like he is looking back at the office and he's just like, yeah, don't worry about it. I promise, it's fine.
Okay, well, if there's ever anything I can do for you, I know I'm not super politician or accounting or anything, but I am family.
You are family, and if I need help, you will be the first person I talk to.
Well, I mean, if you're willing to accept my help, then maybe we could talk about the furniture.
Except for that.
So
I know it's bad. But
yes,
you keep cutting out you're so
that's
angry.
how upset Peri is.
Your mic is like, oh, this person's upset.
Yeah, she's upset enough that she's like, even with Never talking, she's also citing. You look like you just got out of college.
There are better things to do than redecorate. And if I know you keep saying, oh, I'll never find a partner, a spouse or get married, but just like, people shouldn't love me for my house.
It's not for your house. It's people's houses are a reflection of themselves. Like you give me shit all the time whenever my place gets to a wreck when I'm like in the middle of a few projects, right? Because he said like a messy house is a messy mind, and it makes things harder to think. Well, disjointed furniture inside your house or something.
But it's clean disjointed furniture.
But it could be better.
If I let you replace one item, can we shelf this forever argument? As long as it's not my work desk, or my work chair, those stay, period. Those are my favorite.
I'll let it go for a year.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a deal. And you would know, like, he would not want you to take the desk the office desk or the chair, because that is a heirloom in the family.
Yes.
Those don't get touched.
Yeah, it's probably from his dad's side of the family because,
absolutely.
But yes, and so she's like, okay, I think it'll be the wall unit. Yeah, let's do the wall unit.
And is this like a book? Like, what kind of wall unit is this out of character?
uh like a bookshelf type
Okay.
of setup.
Okay.
Yeah, like getting him like a proper wall unit to have like that has more drawer space and bookshelves and like display space, you know.
The wall unit has had some shelves or like miscellaneous things replaced over the years, and they're different types of wood.
Hurt. Hurts my little designer heart.
It does hurt. It hurts. It was
Hurts
meant
her
to
little
hurt.
designer heart. So Peri goes, okay, fine. So I will start looking for a wall unit and send you ideas for approval soon.
It has to be tasteful, and if you can, in a neutral color.
Okay, fine.
Not
Pick something that matches I'll pick something that matches the desk.
That's fine. That's perfect.
See? Was that so bad?
I'm still debating whether it was the right decision, but I love you, so I will let you.
Yes. One victory at a time.
Yeah. What else? Do you do anything else? Do you have a throughout this lunch?
I think she'll like ask him some questions, like help fill in some blanks about about them growing up, family, and you know.
He takes out like a photo album at some point. If you want, and he like hands it to you. Do you want to take this home?
Yeah, that'd be great. And she like does crack it up and start like quickly flipping through. It's like, right, you were so gangly as a teenager.
Yeah, I know.
It's okay, you grew into it.
I know, I'm still gangly. I'm just taller now. And I'm able to grow a beard if I wanted to.
I'll believe it when I see it.
I don't like facial hair on my face. It's itchy.
Okay, I'm not judging you. I think you look better clean shaven too. You'd look like a malnourished lumberjack if you grew a beard.
Wow. My own sister. Wow.
Who else but family can you trust to be honest with you?
Never.
I say it with love. Sister's basically family.
Fair. Okay, fine. That's fair.
Okay. And again, like I said, that's why you look better clean shaven.
All right. He'll do another ruffling of your head. I do have a couple things I need to do down the road. So feel free to stick around for as long as you'd like. Maybe we can start doing at minimum weekly lunches again.
I like that.
Good. He'll give you a kiss on the head, ruffle your hair without disturbing the buns.
It's a wise man.
Yeah. And he'll head out.
She'll call from Evra, stay safe.
Don't worry, I will. Never like hops a little bit and takes like a couple extra bites of
the leftovers.
The leftovers from people's plate, and she looks at you and she's like, he agreed. Do you realize he agreed to let you replace something as a distraction?
Oh yeah. I caught that. He's better at deflection than he is at
lying.
Straight up lying. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's his go-to. I just wonder. Aiden never lies. That's the thing.
He's like his whole campaign.
Whole shtick is his whole shtick is being honest and transparency, and so that makes it something. It's definitely not just about statues and budgets for statues.
Absolutely not. We're gonna get to the bottom of this, right? What if he's in trouble?
Oh, absolutely. He doesn't get to get himself in trouble and leave me out of it.
I'm gonna protect your butt. You're not gonna ever be in trouble.
I wouldn't try. The only reason I can be so brave is because I know you're watching my back.
Good. And she just ruffles something. So what's the game plan?
He's he's a little observant and he might expect me to be following him. So maybe we leave him be for now.
Yeah, he's kind of good at spotting me now, too. I try,
Yeah.
in the early times when I noticed he was lying, he did spot me. So I don't think I could follow him. Unless I change my colors, but I really don't want to change my colors. It's such
Your
a
colors
pain.
are so pretty.
Exactly.
You're so pretty.
Thank you.
You're pretty whatever color you take them. But let's see. Maybe I can get in contact with people he knows. Maybe they could give me some more information.
Ooh. What about that PI facility, that PI place he sometimes works with? Labyrinth
Oh,
Logic.
yeah. Yeah. Oh, I totally forgot about that place. Yeah, he hires them out all the time for jobs. So
Yeah.
maybe, though they probably wouldn't tell me about because, the whole patient-client privilege stuff, but maybe
But if you hire them to
hire
spy on
them.
your brother, it's your
Yeah.
own
Yeah.
job.
Now I'm the client now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right, let's give that a shot.
All right. And she does a little wiggle.
They both do a little wiggle.
Oh my god, now I'm just thinking back to our neighborhood creation again. Chiffon.
Right? Chiffon.
You guys get to deal with the what that means later.
Uh-huh.
I think this is a great spot to end unless you want to do anything else. I figured we can do the Labyrinth Logic in-game.
Yeah, that sounds great. I love it.
So yeah, hey everybody. Thank you for joining us for the last and final of our character introductions for the Indigo Nexus, starting next week, February 21st at 1 p.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Oh, sorry, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. Wow, whoopsie doodles. Hey, Ventris, do you want to say hey, hi, who you are, where we can find you, and all that fun stuff?
Hi guys, my name is Ventris. Again, she, they pronouns. I am aspiring voice actress. You can find me online at on BlueSky at La Venture Double. And I've been I've been so looking forward to this.
Yes!
And I hope you guys have as much fun with this story as we're all going to starting next week.
So excited. I'm so fucking excited. I have so much prep to do at this point, but oh my god. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine left.
Hi, my name's Mare. You can find me on all applicable social media at Archmage of Dice. I don't know when Horizons Call is coming back at this point, but keep an eye out for that. That's on Saturdays at 3 p.m. Pacific. I have this. I think that I'll still be doing some episodes of Zenith 3000 on Thursdays at 5:15 p.m. Pacific. And just keep an eye on everything on the socials. We post everything. This is pre-recorded. I don't know 100% what's coming down the pipeline, so doom scroll on the Sorting Key BlueSky. It's fine. We might be sticking around for a raid. Just keep an eye on that little thing at the top of the chat, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.